Why? It's involuntary. So is our smooth muscle. Okay? Smooth muscle is innervated. The heart is innervated. But in no way does cardiac muscle depend on the nervous system to function. Cardiac muscle is all to itself. You can affect it with the nervous system, but there is absolutely no control to cardiac muscle from the nervous system, which we'll get into. Now, extensibility. What are the three fibers, again, that we find in the body? Collagen, elastic, reticular. All right? Those are our three fibers. We're going to find that we're going to see in the skeletal muscle, we're going to have collagen, we're going to have elastic, of course, okay? Reticular, not so much, okay? So we've got these fibers. Now the cool thing about the collagen and the elastin, remember, very tough fibers for the collagen. Elastic, like the name implies, the ability to be elastic like a rubber band, okay? And that's what we need muscle to be able to do, okay? Because we need muscle to be able to contract and relax. Now, one of the things about muscle is going to have a resting length. Like right now, as you're sitting here in class, your gastrocnemius is at its resting length, is mine. Any idea what muscle I'm talking about?
Yeah.
My calf muscle, okay? Is mine at resting? No, okay? Yours? Yes. So muscles are going to have a certain distance, okay, that will be at rest. And then there are things that we can do, okay? Now y'all remember I'm not a runner, okay? But let's say if I was going to take a run or take a walk or do some exercise, okay, there's like things, that I could do. I got to be, okay, I could do all these things and I would be stretching my muscles. Have you ever wondered what that means? You can find out now. It isn't warming up, but do you know exactly what it does to that one muscle cell? Hold on to that thought, okay?
Does it actually like tear the cell?
Now, if we were to say, go do some exercise that's going to be very strenuous, and we didn't take the time to do what we think of as the warm-up, okay, the stretching, all right, that's when you can tear the muscle. And torn muscles, very painful, okay? So the fibers and the structure are important for making sure exactly how far a muscle can contract and then how far we can get relaxation, okay? The elasticity, okay, if muscle contracts, we need to make sure that the muscle can recoil back to its normal length, okay? Doesn't always happen, all right? That can end up with some problems. Like we've said, kind of know the three types: skeletal, smooth, cardiac. Skeletal, voluntary movement of our body. These two we're going to get more into in part 2. Smooth muscle. It's what we find in hollow organs blood vessels becomes very important in blood vessels. We have it in the eye, we have it in the glands, we have it in the skin. Helps us with moving, one of the good, very good example, in the digestive tract, having to move food forward in the intestines, okay, so that we're going to get all the nutrients and so forth. Now, in some cases, autorhythmic, meaning it controls its own rhythm. In other words, the speed at which it's going to contract. It's involuntary. It is controlled. These two systems right here, the nervous system and the endocrine system, control our body. Those two systems. Amazing systems. Like I said, cardiac is going to be all to itself. Okay? Like I said, in part 2, we'll talk about that, but it is amazing tissue. Now, in skeletal muscle, when you looked at them under the scope, skeletal muscle, it had, this long appearance to it. Remember, if I say a fiber is a cell. And if I say cell, cell means fiber. So in this picture right here, 1, 2, 3 cells. They're multinucleated. They have what's called striations. When you look at the skeletal muscle has this banding pattern that is present. This banding pattern that you see, those are striations. Their structure is the entire reason skeletal muscle contracts. That structure that we're going to talk about in this banding, that is the contraction. And it's really interesting what takes place. Smooth muscle looks like a spindle. One cell, each cell is going to have its nucleus, okay? Smooth muscle, involuntary, all right, has the ability to contract and relax, and basically those spindles will get thicker in the middle and then flatten out a little more when we have contraction and relaxation. The cardiac muscle, it looks a little bit like skeletal muscle, but notice that even though it looks like this is one long fiber, this might be one long fiber, and that one, it's actually branching that's going to be present. And basically it's going to have these intercalated discs that are present. They're going to be little dark bands, little dark lines that show up. And from one intercalated disc to another is one cell. So one cell, like if we're looking at this right here as being one cell to one cell, this one cell has its own nucleus, okay? And the nucleus in the cardiac cell, it's huge, and the mitochondria are a little bit, they're like majorly huge. But once again, it's its own thing. It manages its own setting of the rhythm and everything. So our focus is going to be the skeletal muscle. The structure of the skeletal muscle is going to be very unique. The striations that are appearing, okay, those striations are going to have some overlapping that take place. Actin and myosin. And that actin and myosin has to do this number. Contract, relax. So this overlapping of those protein filaments, okay, are going to be the reason that the skeletal muscle is going to contract. So, Cell, fiber, fiber, cell. We have some connective tissues. We've got blood vessels. We've got nerves. Cell fibers are usually very long, cylindrical, like a cylinder, multinucleated. Depending on the muscle will determine the size of that fiber. Okay? They come from myoblast. This is when egg and sperm meet and fertilization occurs, and we begin to have development of offspring. Okay? Those are going to be the stem cells. What you get is what you got. Muscle cells do not duplicate. They can increase in size, okay, but they're not going to duplicate in number. If a person begins lifting weight and they begin to, depending on how they're doing it, if they're doing it to tone or if they're doing it to build muscle, okay, they can get more defined, all right? And if they're doing it to build muscle, what increases is the actin and the myosin, these little filaments. They'll increase in number, therefore making the muscle bigger, okay? But you don't duplicate your number of muscles. That stays the same. The banding, that's the point we're going to get down to. That's the actual part we have to get to. The connective tissue in the muscle, epi, endo, peri. When we hear the MY, okay, MY is letting you know muscle. So the connective tissue wrapping, epimysium, perimysium, endomysium. So that tells me that I have a wrapping to the middle, to the outer, to the inner. Of what? Ah, that's where it gets a tad bit interesting. Now, epi. Does anybody happen to remember what this muscle is? My sartorius. Okay, longest muscle of the body. All right. This muscle has lots of fibers. That is wrapped in the epi. Okay, so that's my connective tissue around the whole muscle. That tells me that fascicles are going to be present, like little strips that I can pull apart. Okay, now when we have a muscle, peri, middle, okay, once again, tissue wrapping around a group of fibers. So in this one, they're trying to represent it. Not very good because it's plastic. All right, but let me come around and try to show you. But basically, let me see if I can get this on the camera. Okay, so like every single line that you see here, we could like follow it down. Don't worry, I'm gonna come around. If I could follow it down, that would be a group of fibers. And I could like take and maybe pull that group of fibers up, and that is going to be my perimysium. Do you guys see that? Okay. So let's think of like, see how we've got each line where it looks like it's a group, okay? That group would be, like if I can pick it up, it would be a bunch of the fibers, the cells, wrapped, okay? See how I've got these lines that are like showing up, okay? It's like if I could take that group of lines, like if I could take this one line and the group that's under it and pull it up, that would have a bunch of fibers, the cells, okay? So that one would be wrapped in the peri, okay? So see how I've got all these lines right here? If if I could like maybe take this and pull it up like that, okay, that would be full of the cells, and that's wrapped. That's paramecium, okay? The endomycium, endo to the inside, okay? We're going to see that in some cases, we're going to have fascia. Do you happen to remember fascia? A sheet.